Hello, my name is Susie Munns. I'm an accredited EFT practitioner, registered with EFT International. As we go through this month of Sober October, I just wanted to share a little tapping technique with you, just to help you in the face of temptation. We tend to find as we enter anything like this, whether it be a challenge like Sober October or going on a new diet or a new health regime, the first days and weeks tend to come pretty easily. We tend to be highly motivated, in the moment, ready for it. But as those days and weeks progress and temptations are put in front of us, we can find our motivation lowering. So what I want to do with you today is just to focus on a technique you can use before you even find yourself in the situation. So there'll be techniques shown to you throughout the month of Sober October by EFT International that you can use when you're in the moment, but this one is for you to use before temptation is even in front of you. You'll find that you'll have invitations to socialise, and it might be that usually you would have a nice sociable drink with friends and family, but during this month you can't, and that might be filling you with dread. It might be making you feel worried or concerned that you won't be able to continue and stick with it. So I just wanted to share this little tapping script with you for you to follow. It's going to be quite general because obviously I don't know what your situation is or where you're going to be going. It might be that you have something in the diary already that's coming up that you're already having an oh God moment over. So let's show you this technique, and you can use it and you can personalise it as you need to, but this will be quite generalised. So what I want you to do to begin with, and don't worry, you don't need to remember anything, you'll just follow where I tap and what I do and what I say. I just want you for the moment to focus on and think about, whether it be imagined or a real event coming up, how tempted you'll be to have a drink in that situation. So if you've got something coming up, just take a moment to kind of go inside and connect and think about how high your desire to have a drink will be when you're in that situation. If you've got nothing in the diary, think of something potential that might come up, a family dinner, an invite out from a friend. Just close your eyes for a moment, just to really activate that and think about what your temptation levels will be to want to have a drink. And that could be 0 for absolutely fine, not bothered, I'm committed to doing this, no temptation at all, to 10 being, if I go there, I'm going to absolutely have to have a drink because that's what I always do. So just think about where you are on that scale, because it'd be interesting to notice afterwards the shift that's happened. That's why we do scaling. Okay. So when you're ready, just take a nice deep breath for me. Just need you to make sure that you've got all of your legs uncrossed, legs and feet uncrossed, and they're nice and firmly on the ground. And then when you're ready, just follow me. I'll give you plenty of time to repeat my words, so don't worry. Even though I'm feeling really worried about having a drink when I go out, wanting to have a drink when I go out and socialise, I accept how I feel and I love myself anyway. Even though I'm feeling really stressed that if I get invited out to any social situations, or I get put in a position where I'm surrounded by friends and family that are having a drink, and I'm worried that I'll cave and have one, I completely love and accept myself anyway. Even though I'm worried that as my motivation dips a little, the temptation might become too much for me, I accept how I feel and I honour and love myself anyway. Feeling worried that I'll be tempted to drink, this worry that I'll be tempted to drink I'm in a social situation. Or it could just be a Friday evening. I could be tempted by my usual tipple to start the weekend. This worry that I'll be tempted to drink. When I've come so far and I'm doing so well. This temptation and desire to have a drink. And I usually would. This worry that I'll be tempted to have a drink. Feeling worried that I'll be tempted to have a drink if I'm in a social situation or in any situation where I'd usually have a little tipple. This worry. Feeling worried that I'll be tempted to have a drink. This temptation in certain situations. Feeling worried that I'll cave in. One won't hurt. Feeling worried that I'll cave in. Feeling worried about people encouraging me to have a drink. Feeling worried about the pressure. The social pressure. All these temptations. Feeling worried that I'll cave. What if I don't? I'm learning all these skills and techniques that can get me through with ease. So what if I don't? Let's take a nice deep breath for me. And just back here to the beginning of the eyebrow. Feeling tempted to have a drink. Not feeling tempted to have a drink. Feeling tempted to have a drink. Not feeling tempted to have a drink. Feeling tempted to have a drink. Not feeling tempted to have a drink. Feeling tempted to have a drink. Not feeling tempted to have a drink. Feeling tempted to have a drink. Not feeling tempted to have a drink. Feeling tempted to have a drink. Not feeling tempted to have a drink. Feeling tempted to have a drink. Not feeling tempted to have a drink. Just tap here. Not feeling tempted to have a drink. I choose not to have a drink because that's the commitment I've made to myself. And I choose to honour that commitment. I choose to honour myself, not feeling tempted to have a drink. Let's take a nice deep breath for me. Now those tapping rounds are very general. You can obviously personalise them to mention the actual drink that you would normally have, to your personal favourites, and you can follow it as many times as you need to, and just check in now as you finish that and just notice your level of desire and what's happened to that, whatever it was before. Just notice what's shifted and changed for you for that. As I mentioned earlier, there'll be lots of different tips and techniques coming out from EFT International throughout the month of Sober October, there to offer you the support that you need through this month. Life-changing techniques. Thank you for taking the time to watch. I wish you every success in Sober October. Take care. Bye.